Welcome all of you in online teaching learning process. We have started paper number 13 inorganic chemistry, in which we have started unit number 2 nuclear chemistry. And in our last lecture we have seen about the nuclear fission and its application in heavy water nuclear reactor, and in this video we will see details about the nuclear fusion. So in the case of nuclear fission, so nuclear fission means fusion that is which is a perfect reaction but difficult to achieve. Small nuclei combine to create a larger atoms. Here deuterium and tritium combined together, we are getting helium nucleus along with neutron and ejectile and large amount of energy which occurs in the atmosphere of sun and the star. So here deuterium and tritium combines together which gives rise to fusion reaction, and the product are helium nuclei and neutrons with large amount of energy. So in the case of nuclear fission, process during which two or more atomic nuclei merge and form one heavier nucleus, which causes the release or absorption of large quantity of energy. In the case of nuclear fusion, the fuels are sun and stars, and the main application is used to make hydrogen bomb, which provides relatively inexpensive alternative energy source for electric power generation, but it is very difficult to carry nuclear fusion. So in case of nuclear fusion involves joining of smaller nuclei to form a larger nucleus and giving out a large amount of energy in the reaction. So in the picture which shows two isotopes of hydrogen, that is H12 deuterium, H13 tritium, that is deuterium and tritium combine to form a helium nucleus, releasing a neutron and large amount of energy, that is 17.6 million electron volt. This is the pictorial representation of nuclear fusion, that is deuterium and tritium combines, we are getting helium nuclei and neutron with large amount of energy. So this is the animated diagrams which occurs in the sun's atmosphere. So nuclear fission mainly occurs in sun's atmosphere. So here sun's atmosphere, in which per cycle nuclear fission will be carried out. So here tritium and deuterium combine together and fusion reaction will be carried, and after fusion we are getting the helium nucleus and ejectile is neutron. This is also pictorial representation of fusion reaction. Deuterium and tritium combined together, the fusion reaction occurs, we are getting helium and neutrons. So in the case of overall nuclear fusion reaction, first we will see definition. A nuclear reaction in which two or more isotopes of very light elements fuse with one another to form stable heavier nucleus with liberation of very high amount of energy is known as fusion reaction. That is deuterium and tritium combines, we are getting helium nuclei with neutron and large amount of energy, 17.6 million electron volt. So the percentage efficiency in terms of mass converted into energy is approximately 4 times greater for fusion reaction than fission reaction. So the energy liberated in the nuclear fusion is 4 times greater than nuclear fission. But to carry the nuclear fusion, very high temperature is required, near about 4 into 10 raised to 6 degrees Celsius, that is sun's atmosphere, and high pressure is required to carry these reactions. Therefore these reactions are called as thermonuclear reactions. in objective they will ask which of the following is the thermonuclear reaction. The answer is nuclear fusion. So it is believed that energy of the stars may be derived from reactions of this kind. First example is, according to scientist Beth, the energy of cooler stars like Sun, where temperature is near about 2 into 10 raised to 7 Kelvin, appears to be generated by the proton-proton cycle. So here proton combines, we are getting deuteron. Then proton-deuteron combines, we are getting tritium. And when tritium combines, we are getting helium nuclei. And overall 4 protons combines together, we are getting helium nuclei with large amount of liberation of energy. So the net result is the conversion of 4 protons to 1 helium nucleus with the emission of 24.64 million electron volt energy per cycle. And the second example, discovered by Hans Bethe and CF1 Weizsäcker in 1938, proposed a carbon nitrogen cycle to produce solar energy of very hot stars near about 5 into 10 raised to 8 Kelvin temperature. So the reactions are, carbon 612 combines with proton, we are getting nitrogen 713. Then unstable nitrogen 713 radioactive gives stable isotope of carbon 613. Then this carbon 613 combines with proton, we are getting nitrogen 714. Then further nitrogen 714 combines with proton, we are getting radioactive isotope of oxygen 815. And this radioactive converted into stable nuclei of nitrogen 715. Then this nitrogen 715 combines with proton, we are getting carbon 612 with helium nuclei. And overall 4 protons combines, we are getting helium nuclei with these reactions, the emission of positrons and large amount of energy 24.68 million electron volt. So in this cycle of reactions, the net result is the conversion of 4 hydrogen nuclei into 1 helium nucleus with the emission of 24.68 million electron volt per cycle. On the other hand, the temperature is approximately 2 into 10 raised to 7 degrees Celsius is necessary to carry these reactions. And it has been estimated that 6 million years are required for the completion of a single cycle. Thus such reactions are not suitable for man-made experiments. So nuclear fusion, which is not carried in the Earth's atmosphere, because this type of reactions occurs on Sun and stars atmosphere, and such type of condition cannot be achieved in the Earth's condition. So overall nuclear fusion principle is applied in hydrogen bomb. So thank you all of you for listening this video.